Swayam Prabha. Digital India. Educated India.
C-Camp is India's premier institution for accelerating the development of advanced technology platforms and translational research in the life sciences. Its Technology Platforms program catalyzes the development of the life sciences sector in India by creating a hub for technological advancements, expanding research and translation opportunities, and facilitating access to best-in-class infrastructure and resources. To know more about this program, we have with us today Dr. Muhammad Atif Alam, the program lead for Technology Platforms program at C-Camp.
Well, to understand more about technology platforms, we have with us Dr. Atif Alam, who is the program lead for Technology Programs Platform for C-Camp. So, welcome, sir. So, let's begin by understanding what is your Technology Platforms program and what does it aim to achieve?
So, technology platform program is possibly the oldest or the first program at C-Camp, where the vision behind this program was to enable and make high-end technology resources accessible to researchers who are usually from academic research sphere or their startups, MSMEs, or even established companies. To make you understand the whole portfolio of this program, we have multiple technology platforms spanning from genome sequencers to mass spectrometers to microscopy stations and so on. Now, these are expensive pieces of equipment which require sophisticated laboratories to run and have highly trained experts to run them and make sense of the thing. So, this program has been able to achieve a one-stop place for researchers to come and use these equipment as well as the expertise that comes to utilize to their fullest potential.
So, what role does it play in helping the innovators, or what are the pain points that it addresses?
Let's take an example of a researcher who is located at a resource limited setting in the country, and imagine they have a very burning question and they require a high-end platform, but they don't have. So, what role we aim to play and have been able to somewhat address is to let them not be limited with that resource constraint. They have to have the question, we will understand and make our resources available to them, and they can use that for the duration of their research, and then they can go back and continue their research in their location. So, as a platform, we are able to serve people of multiple geographies, especially people who have resource constraint. So that's the whole philosophy.
So, if I were to understand the functioning or the manner in which the entire thing works, so how would you explain that? Like, how does it bring out everything from every corner and fructify and give results?
What we do is engage with the community, the research community, which is large. As I said, research is not just happening in academic areas. Research also happens in companies, in startups, in smaller organizations. So, what we do is reach out to researchers who are potential users of these technologies, sensitize them of the availability of the new techniques, of the new equipment, and also provide them a glimpse of the possibilities that are there. Now, then they can refine their question and possibly ask a question where one of our technology or multiple of our technology platforms could be of use, and then we work along with them to have their research question addressed. It typically starts with a phone call or an in-person meeting or an email, where we understand and internalize their problem, just have a discussion with our technical experts, suggest a solution which the end user can think over and then decide to take up on that. And then typically it involves people sending their samples, and then we doing the analysis and giving them results, and then afterwards we support in discussing those results.
So, what do you think? What kind of impact has this program created, as this platform created on, say, research and development or innovation culture of the country?
So, if you just talk about impact in terms of connections that we have built or served places, we have a, a user, at least a minimum of a few users in remote locations as well. For example, typically from historic perspective, if there are certain regions of the country which are resource challenged, we have been able to support a researcher, a couple of them from there, to some of the largest biopharma companies in the country. They are also our users, and so are the researchers from colleges and universities in far-flung areas. So the idea is that if somebody has a question and we have the technology to answer, we are happy to work together.
I believe you must be having a lot of collaborators in various spheres. So, which are these collaborating partners or collaborators, and how do they help our budding innovators and startups?
So collaboration starts really from the beginning. The whole program started as a collaboration between three institutions located out of Bangalore. That is National Center for Biological Sciences, NCBS, which is a DIE center, and then Institute for Stem Cell Science and Regenerative Medicine in STEM, which is a DBT autonomous institution, and CCAMP, which was also set up by DBT. The three institutions came together and became what is called as Bangalore Life Science Cluster. It was India's, and it continues to be India's premier life science research and innovation cluster. We now have one more institution called Tata Institute of Genetics and Society join us. And the whole culture of collaboration started where we pooled the resources of all these institutions and made a single gateway for researchers to access our combined strength in the technology platforms. And then we have increased the scope of collaborations, not just in terms of equipment, but also with other places where such technology platforms are available, and also with the equipment manufacturers, because we believe they are an equal stakeholder in terms of bringing in the most state of the art, most cutting edge technology, and then a collaboration with equipment makers is it is a must. And we have over the years worked with multiple such stakeholders and have successful collaborations running into decades. And at the other side, we also have collaborations with national and international agencies, regulatory agencies who can guide some of the innovators towards compliances, towards the ongoing, what's the regulations. And so in that's where we have worked with institutions like the United States Pharmacopoeia, Syngene International, and so on, who bring in their best practices as our collaborators.
And how do you keep your programs updated with latest, trends of technology and otherwise?
The beauty of this system is that at the core of these technologies are experts in the field. They are people with decades of experience on a particular technology, and it is on their shoulders this responsibility lies to keep the facilities most updated in terms of equipment, as well as the use of those equipment, the new methods to do things, uh, faster, more efficiently, with more throughput. And so I think we are quite fortunate to have colleagues who have the the knowledge and the expertise and breadth of understanding about the core of the technology, and that becomes our strength in keeping the most of the to bring out best of the equipment and the platform itself.
Do you also have any training programs in terms of scientific journey of any innovator or a startup?
I think very relevant question. So if we have availability of these many resources and excellent scientists, it's only a matter of time when we open this up and train the next generation of the researchers, and also upskill some of the advanced researchers with the newest trends. So training program has been an equal part of the technology platform program since the beginning. In the last 10 years or so, we have trained more than 2,000 researchers on high-end technology platforms, and we have at least a training course, a hands-on training course every month in CCamp, where we invite people to come over and do a hands-on work with us. The people, the researchers who have come for training, they use the equipment, they get familiarized with the potential and what questions can be answered with a particular technique. And so it's an involved hands-on program for at least a period of 3 to 5 days.
Okay, so who can join these programs? Only the people who are engaged with your program, or anyone else can also be a part of it?
Anybody who has a desire of learning the technique, and more importantly they have a immediate or in near future utility of this of that training. The simple reason being that these are involved training that requires resources as well as commitment from both our scientists and us, as well as the trainers. So I think what we look for people who have sought our training is that they have a use case for their training, but that doesn't stop anybody from reaching out and seeking the right training program for them. Our general trainees are people who are students pursuing their higher studies in life sciences, including masters and PhD students, to scientists working in startups and even established companies. Mid-career researchers can actually avail the advanced programs, advanced training programs, which is even more niche, where a very small cohort of trainers are trained on advanced applications of a particular technique.
Okay, and how can one join these programs? What are the avenues through which it can be made possible for a person?
So in this age of social media, I think that's the best way to just follow us on all the social media platforms, and we also send regular emailers, and then these are listed on our website regularly as and when it happens. Else you can just call up and we'll tell you the ongoing schedule.
And what kind of a support have you got from government institutions or otherwise to set up this program and run this?
This is millions of dollars, or in at least tens of crores of rupees of public money, which has come through various grants that has helped us set up these resources on this campus. Our colleagues have reached out to various funding agencies over the years to write grants for specific purposes as well as general purpose equipment, and the government has been generous to offer these platforms. And so it is mostly the taxpayers' money through which our technology platforms have come through. I think we have also invested our own resources to get them, but I think largely it's the government or the taxpayer support that has come to establish these platforms.
So, how would you like to rate yourself? Like, there are other programs also happening in the country, and you are one of the pioneers. So, how do you differentiate between yours with the other programs, and what is the USP or what is the unique point for this particular program that you are running?
I'll talk about the differentiator and not that whether we are any better or not, because we believe everybody has their strengths, and we would like to collaborate with somebody who has better strength and better techniques from with us. In terms of how we can be a differentiator, is that we possibly the first and still the only platform which has multiple technologies, multiple expertise under one roof through one portal of communication. So it helps researchers navigate and ask their question, and then we take it upon ourselves to make sure that they are taken to the right expert in that field.
So finally, tell us about your vision. Where do you see your program a few years down the line, and what you would want to achieve with this effort of yours?
I think it's a continuous process, and we'll, on one side, we'll continue to offer what we are offering, but at better, with better quality, with better turnaround times. What we want to achieve is that we should be able to support any emerging challenge that may be a research challenge or maybe a challenge to humanity per se, by making sure that we are ready in terms of technologies and the requirement for conducting efficient research, applicable research that can go to market and the society at a speed, at a reasonable speed. For example, when the COVID pandemic hit few years ago, we had a sense of urgency all around, and at CCAM through another program we were able to quickly pivot and make sure that we were able to support the requirement of the time. What we are aiming to achieve is the next level of preparing our resources for the unknown that may be there, which could be another pandemic, hopefully not, but whatever is the challenge in the sphere of life science where we need to be ready with taking up challenge at a faster turnaround. I think that's where we are heading to.
So that's great to hear, and we wish you all the best, and hope that many innovators and startups will be able to make the most of what you have to offer, and wish you all the best in the going forward journey. And thanks for your time today.
Thank you very much for that opportunity.
Technology platforms surely provide the necessary support for the integration of multiple systems and applications while streamlining processes. We hope to see more such programs in the future and extend our best wishes for the existing ones like the one at CCAMP. We will be back with more information about the world of innovation and startups. Till then, goodbye.